Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, when we practice meditation, it is just not closing our eyes and sitting in one place and just being silence going to bring us the ultimate bliss or the wisdom. But it is very necessary for us to, in the beginning, to bring our mind to tranquility state. So at the same time, out of this, all the practice, that the path you want to go and becoming very clear with your destination also very important. It is very necessary, because otherwise things can go here and there and it take a longer time to you can go still, but it brings you, it kind of, you're going to have a longer time and unnecessary stops and unnecessary exits you will take on the way. So that's why once you become very clear with the final destination or the goal or the nibbana, enlightenment, or the wisdom, then your journey little by little going to become more sharper and clear, and on the way that whatever the hindrance going to go away. So otherwise sometimes the hindrance become more stronger. Still there is a journey that you can go, but it become more harder. So through this kind of practice in the everyday, when you sit little bit and when you keep practice, that path, your destination become, the idea about the destination become very clear inside you. So that is very important. Why? Because every day through our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, there are so much perceptions, informations pouring to us. So when this everything come to us, and it's kind of like we cannot escape from this anything. So we are living with this. It's kind of like we are living in the information ocean. It's a flux. It's no one can escape from it. It's so then the purpose is the 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 one that keep you away from this all the unnecessary things. That even though you have a purpose regarding that, finding the wisdom, finding the ultimate truth, you cannot deny, you cannot resist that whatever this conventional moment. So that is important. Idha nandati, peccha nandati. So in this very moment, you have to find a very, very comfortable moment. That comfort, it doesn't mean just physically you become comfortable or just mentally you become comfortable, like with the feelings. It is very necessary. But you have to have a certain conventional wisdom, or that you have to have a kind of ordinary understanding in day-to-day life to maintain your life without having any kind of disturbances in you. Because in the very first level, if you become worry, knowingly or unknowingly, what is happening, that worry, sadness, unhappiness, and slowly shrink your mind. It weak your mind. And then in that, with that weakness, it start to bring some other unnecessary things and invite some unnecessary mental qualities to our life, behaviors to our life. So then when you become worry, sad, and then the fear arise, unhappiness arise, and then the anger arise, then the jealousy arise, hatred arise. So this all come as a result of the maybe one condition of your mind. So then in day-to-day life, that remember yourself, when you maintain your life with yourself and especially with this outside nature, there is a balance you have to find. And once you find that balance with the physical and material and mental, and you should not stuck in that balance, and you have to invest and move forward through that balance to get a more deeper understanding. So as example, you feel thirsty, and you have to drink water. So it is from outside you have to get. And also that you cannot drink whatever the water to quench your thirst. As example, you cannot drink the sea water, the salty water, and you cannot drink this dirty water. So then you have to drink kind of a water has a quality, can bring kind of like a facility, that the comfort, and at the same time it should cure the thirst. Because the only thing you can do, you can select whatever and then you can intake. But the point you have to understand, you have no power to quench the thirst. So it happens in according to necessary conditions in your bodily organs and the water, condition of the water. This is what you have to understand. With our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind. So whatever the perceptions that happen, so whatever the information that comes, that quality of that information is very necessary to have a comfortable life yourself in the very first level in conventional life. It is very necessary. Even with that information, if you get disturbed, then in a very moment, if your mind is not comfortable or not happy, not satisfied, not tranquilized, that kind of mind you cannot develop for the wisdom. So it's same like for a seed, you will make the ground properly. So then in day-to-day life, it is your responsibility. It is not the karma. And some people, it give totally to the karma. Oh, this karma. And then they give up. They stay away from it. And sometimes they think, oh, it's whatever happen, it will happen. So that sometimes people give up that way also. And sometimes people give it to God or the Buddha or the some spiritual powers or whatever they believe, or it's going to happen because out of their decision. No, the very important thing in conventional life, you have to develop a mind awareness that whatever the information that arise that around us, whatever the perceptions around us, if it is necessary for you something and you are not available for anything and you are not resist for everything, and you select whatever the right things for you, physically, materially. So that is where it make you kind of like a comfortable person for the moment. That comfort reduce the anger, hatred, jealousy, unhappiness, sadness, worry, that kind of things. And it will affect for your mental health also. That doesn't mean you're going to stuck with it. So but it is very necessary. That's why in this path of the practice, we cannot deny, we cannot escape from we cannot reject the outside world. Why? Because it is very necessary. We just cannot think, oh, this everything empty. It is not like that. But you know this everything that there is a way that help for you to have this moment, but even this moment, that whatever you experience, it's not going to be permanent. That is what the wisdom that you have to understand. Even that you have to have the right things to have the comfort physically and materially, but when that comfort arises in you, when the mind become comfortable with that, rather than go into it, or rather than stuck with, or rather than addict to that comfort, you have to recognize that comfort also change. That understanding will lead you to go to find the better solution, rather than feeding this comfort to your body. So when you look for that solution, that is where you're going to come to the Vipassana knowledge. Because that is where you can get the understanding how you can completely get out of this. Otherwise, you have to keep maintaining. And that maintaining is, you cannot abuse your mind, your physical, you cannot abuse the nature, you cannot destroy the nature. Why? Because the nature itself part of your life. I give a single example. The water is one thing, another thing is the trees, because we need the inhalation, exhalation. So if the trees not there, and we're not going to be like this. So your life itself, the essence of your life is related to the trees. So then if you have the good nature or the environment around you, so that's mean you get the very clear air to breathe. And then there are a lot of toxins that go away from you. So, but how about you cut down all the trees, and then later what is happening? You start to inhale all the toxin. Why? Because there is no system to purify. So even the food circle the same. So with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, even though that we think that we can do that, we have to understand the perceptions or this outside things. It's very the condition of that things, basically physically, materially, the condition of it very necessary to have the first foundation for our spiritual journey. But at the same time, you're not going to stuck with it. You're going to to build your life on it, and knowingly that comfort also impermanent. So from there, it will help you to purify your life and finding the better ways. So then you cannot deny, the bottom line is, always remember, you cannot reject the outside nature, you cannot deny the outside nature, you cannot resist the outside nature. So in the very first level, finding the balance inside your mind to find the right things, the good things, the necessary, the conditions, things to your life. So it is come out of the becoming matured, studying, understanding, becoming educated yourself, and knowingly the nature of the world. So it is necessary. And once you have that, so whatever the comfort that you go through, and that will teach you, it's not going to be permanent within yourself. So whatever the lifestyle, whatever the comfort, the success, it's not going to be there forever. So when the mind is becoming comfortable, then you can understand that. But if you don't reach that comfort, you will never understand it going to be there. So then you can become the president, you can become a chairman, you can go to the top of the success, but still it's not going to be forever. It's for a moment. Another thing is, it is a kind of like a conceptual. It is a kind of like a, it's a dualistic thing always. And it's not going to be that solid. So then you understand that the whatever you pursue, that whatever you achieved, or the success and the happiness in conventional life, that it is not going to be that the forever. So that is the important knowledge that you have to gain in day-to-day life with all your bodily, verbally, and mentally action that and in day-to-day life with the the life. So then once you have that knowledge and once you have that wisdom, from there, then you look for how you can end this. So, but without that kind of the comfort or the that kind of that achievement, you cannot get into that. Because then what happening, you get disappointed mind always take you to that unprofitable actions. So idanandati pechanandati. Once you have this kind of comfort in the conventional comfort, that comfort will lead you to find the eternal success. So then it is very necessary with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, that whatever you perceive, with your all the perception in day-to-day life, always remember it is very necessary to find the right path or the balance and yourself, the right condition around you to maintain a very comfortable life. So that's why you have to have the responsibility for that. So you have to take that responsibility yourself. You cannot deny, you cannot kind of like abuse yourself. You cannot reject the life itself and just allow to, oh, whatever happen, it will happen. No, you cannot do like that. So that itself, that taking that responsibility itself make you mindful. So otherwise this practicing mindfulness, it's not kind of like for a few minutes or few hours you come and sit and close your eyes and then or you observe inhalation, exhalation, or so whatever the mental, then you go, then you then again go to your ordinary mindset. It is not like that. This deeply you develop an attitude to understand the very nature of the life, very essence of the life, the very behavior of the life. So in that level, remember, you have to take the conventional responsibility regarding it. So in that conventional responsibility, once you maintain it in a proper way, and that will lead you to a point to see how I can completely, rather than just feeding discomfort, maintaining discomfort, how I can permanently to shut down this. So that is a kind of the wisdom that you can achieve once you done in conventional life. But mostly the mistake what we does when it come to the meditation, that the very first thing we attack to this conventional. No, in the Theravada Buddhism, the one of the main important part that we teach, remember, it is not, you cannot resist, you cannot deny, because the very conventional life itself a part of your eternal life. So that's why you have all the responsibilities to maintain becoming a better person yourself. And once you have it, then you can move forward. And how you can do that in the very first level, that you have to have a method to purify yourself. So the purify yourself mean it's a, you purify from outside world and also the inner world. That physically, materially you purify, you become better person, finding the right environment, right things to you. And at the same time, that you purify, getting out all the unnecessary thoughts or the patterns or the bodily, verbally, mentally actions that you carry in your life. You get out of it, clean it. So that is very necessary. Another thing is, you develop a method to cultivate all the profitable skills in you. So you make environment, it is mentally, psychologically and physically, the both. So in the beginning, that you take out all the unnecessary things, and that doesn't enough. Why? Because it again maybe that unnecessary things can come back to you. So then what you have to do, once you take out all the unprofitable actions from you, little by little, little by little, maybe you can do one by one. You take out one unprofitable that the action you keep doing, and you replace one profitable action. So it has example, you do gardening. So I give a physical example, analogy. So you're doing gardening and you want to keep the ground, you keep clean the garden, take out all the unnecessary things. But you cannot keep it there like that. Why? Because then after once a while, the weeds going to be there. And so then what you have to do? Then you clean and then you have to replace something there. That will take the space. So mentally the same. Just not doing something not going to work. It necessary. But just not doing itself not going to work. You stop, you clean something from your mind, you take out something from your mind, and at the same time, try to right away, as soon as possible, replace something to your mind. You take a time, 10 minutes, you stop, you think maybe you used to call to people or blame to people, and maybe think bad about people, maybe worry about people. Oh, sometimes people have kind of their own way to live. Maybe make call around, your friends and gossip, and then you decide, I don't want to do this anymore. And then you stop doing it. That stop doing itself doesn't make sense. So then during that time, if you start to practice loving kindness, or maybe reading a book, or investing your that time to something good is very necessary. Because just stopping it not going to, it may be build up the pressure inside you, then suddenly it all going to blow out. So then yourself start, take out all the unnecessary things little by little and replace some profitable things little by little. So that is very necessary. And in a certain time, when you do it little by little, in your mind becomes stronger and clear to see how to get out of this everything. And maybe you live with it, and at the same time, without any attachment, without any desire, you go with it. But to get into that wisdom, you have to have the kind of the strong mind. So that is how you can develop that strong mind. So without attachment and without any detachment, how you kind of like stay with it, and at the same time that you having a comfortable life. So in the beginning, you need kind of purification. So that purification, physical purification, and also mental purification. So that purification bring the comfort, that comfort bring the confidence, in that confidence bring the clarity. So that's how the journey happens. So little by little, try yourself to develop that method and the pattern, and again, when you practice with that you will see every day you adding some values to yourself, and you taking out some unnecessary things from your life, and it itself help you to become purified. So otherwise, just doing nothing and shut down everything, becoming empty, doesn't mean you are practicing. So you have to be very clear with that. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhini gayuko bhava. Ittavata ca ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu. Sambha dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.